friend Bishop. It's nice to meet you. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Stephanie, and I'm from Maine.
How did my whirligig affect you?
I was with my best friend. Her name is Alexandra. We were sitting there, and she helped me envision what my future could be. While we were sitting there, we saw the little brother of Kyle, who is now my boyfriend. So all in all, your whirligig affected me positively, because I found a boyfriend.
How did you feel when you first saw the whirligig? Did it affect you positively or negatively?
I was skeptical. I love science, and in science, lots of things are factual, and I didn't believe that it would help me at all.
Why did you go to see that whirligig? Did someone help you find it?
My best friend at the time convinced me that I should go because I would find a boyfriend. And we sat there and she told me a story about how I would find my boyfriend, which was not true, of course.
Thank you for your answers. It was very interesting. After the short break, we will go to Flacco, who is backstage.
Thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having that short break, viewers. I'm glad you're patient. I know I've had trouble in my time with patience. Hi, it's nice to meet you. How are you?
It's nice to meet you too. I'm fine. I'm from Florida, and everyone calls me Flacco.
Thanks for coming on the show. How did my whirligig affect you?
Well, at the time, my family was fighting, and I hated fights, and I loved peace. Your whirligig helped me understand that the world has conflict, and it gave me the courage to go home and fix my problems.
Okay, I'm very glad that I helped you. How far did you have to travel to find the whirligig? Was it far?
I had to travel very far, actually. I ran away from home, I went to the beach, and I thought about never coming home again.
Why did you travel to the whirligig?
I actually came upon it unexpectedly. I didn't realize that I came upon it at first. I did not even know that there was a whirligig until you invited us on your show.
Thanks for coming on the show. Your answers are very interesting. We will be back after this short break. Next up is Tony.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure.
This presentation is brought to you by the book Whirligig. If you would like to learn more information, you can buy the book at a local bookstore or online.
Hello, viewers. Thank you for being patient again. I hope you liked our presentation about the book Whirligig. I hope you pick it up in stores. Hello. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
How did my whirligig affect you?
I played the violin for years, and I disliked it very much. When we discovered the whirligig, my mother constantly reminded me of how your whirligig played non-stop. In all honesty, it was brutal. I hated listening to my mother telling me to work. I was very tired after playing it for such a long time.
Well, I'm sorry I put you through that trouble.
It's alright. I ended up telling my mother how I really felt, and she let me play the game I love, which of course is baseball.
Which whirligig did you find? Did you like the craftsmanship?
I found the one in Seattle, Washington. I thought the craftsmanship was really nice, but I was more focused on myself and being unhappy due to my mother constantly reminding me about practice.
Okay, I've been in that position before where I've been selfish. How do you feel about the whirligig now, looking back?
Even though I hated it at first, I loved the whirligig. It gave me courage to tell my mother how I really felt about the violin, and I was able to play the game I love, which, as you already know, is baseball.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. You had some great answers. We'll be back soon. Next up is Jenny, and I believe she lives in San Diego, California.
Thank you for having me, sir.
It was a great pleasure.
While we wait for Jenny, I'm going to teach you how to build a whirligig. First, you're going to need lots of one hammer, lots of nails, and some wood or any other scraps. The key to making a whirligig is patience. Even the pros need patience to be able to make one. It is really trial and error. If you just remember patience is key, you will be able to make a whirligig.
Thank you, viewers, for being oh so patient once again. I hope you liked a tutorial on how to make whirligigs. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Brent.
Did the whirligig make you unhappy too, like Tony?
No, just the opposite. Your whirligig made me connect with my grandmother on a very serious and deep level. I was so happy to be able to have that special moment with my grandmother that I will never forget.
I'm so glad that I helped you in that way. What was your initial reaction to the whirligig when you first saw it?
I was confused at first. I thought my grandmother had lost her mind, but she explained to me what it meant to her, and I loved it.
Oh, that's so good. And if you could go back in time and see it again, would you?
I totally would. I love that whirligig, and I hope that is still there today. It would flood me with so many memories. They would all be very good. So yes, I would.
Thank you for coming on. Your answers were very great, and I loved listening. And that's all the time we have for today, folks. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.